What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Soldiers Talk the Podcast. I'm your host, Staff Sergeant McPherson, and on this show, we discuss military topics with current and prior service members. Okay, you guys. So today we're gonna be talking about Fort Riley, Kansas. Fort Riley, Kansas. Make sure you guys stay tuned to this video. Okay, you guys. So welcome to Podtober Day 9. Before we get started, make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, if you guys got any suggestions about future episodes, you can email me at this email down below. So we're gonna get straight into it. So we're talking about Fort Riley, Kansas today. So Fort Riley, Kansas is in the Midwest. It was my first duty station. And so it's your first duty station. I'm not gonna say, well, to me, nothing has topped Fort Riley so far. I don't know if that's just, to me. You know what I mean? Nothing has topped Fort Riley so far to me, man. So uh Fort Riley, my first duty station, I got there. I drove from Alabama straight to Fort Riley. I got there like a little bit after midnight when I got to Fort Riley, Kansas. And I never forget it. When I pulled up to the gate, it was this guy there, you know what I mean? And I was like, do you guys know where reception at, in processing at? And he stopped what he was doing. He stopped what he was doing and actually took me to where I need to go. So, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. You know what I mean? I never forget that. So got to in processing, got my room and all that stuff. Starting processing and stuff. Got to my unit. I was part of Sustainment Brigade, 92 Yankee. I was working in Brigade S4 as a clerk. So I worked in the S4 at the brigade level. And my NCO at the time was I didn't even have an NCOIC at that time. When I came in, I was a specialist. I didn't have an NCOIC at the time. I worked up under basically the OIC. She was the only person in there. Her and another clerk worked in there. So yeah, so I got there and hit the ground running. Had a CSDP inspection coming up. I didn't know what a CSDP inspection was. I was brand new to the active army, but they were saying, but this inspection is what 92 Yankees have to do to make sure they're in compliance or whatever. It stands for Command Supply Discipline Program, and it's basically just an inspection on the files, making sure we filing things correctly, making sure we have everything as far as supply goes that's in the office. So I heard I was getting this inspection, so I had to get ready for this inspection, reaching out to people for help. Long story short, I ended up getting my first AAM for that inspection. I was probably in the unit July, August. I want to say I got that award. I would say 2 months of being in the unit, my first AAM, and actually my OIC and the core had it was the NCO who came and did the inspection on me. My OIC and the inspection that did the inspection submitted an award for me. So they submitted the same award for me, but I only could get one. That's what my Sergeant Major said, because they can't submit the awards for the same exact thing. So that was crazy to me. You know what I mean? They submitted both of them submitted an award for me. I don't even think they knew that they did it for. I don't even think each other knew that they was doing it. But anyway, first CSEP inspection, I raised the inspection percentage all the way up to like a 90%. Uh, so that was my first AAM at Raleigh. So another thing at Raleigh, man, all the buildings at Raleigh look like castles. You know what I mean? So that was another thing that stood out to me. It's the first infantry division. One ID is Fort Riley, and I'm gonna show you guys kind of sort of how it looks, how some of the buildings look. Let me see. Let me see. So if you guys can see this, hold on. So this is how the buildings look at Raleigh right here. I don't know why it's not showing on the thing. Let me see. But this how they look right here. I'm trying to blow them up for y'all. It won't do it. But long story short, all the buildings look like castles. You know what I'm saying? Like this. So yeah, that was another thing that stood out to me. So so yeah, that's how the buildings look. So I'm just gonna tell you guys now. So if you at a duty station and uh and you salute the flag in the morning time and it's a song after the flag, that means you're at a real like historical duty station. So you might want to do some research on like the song and stuff because 9 times out of 10 it's very like historical place. You know what I'm saying? And you're a part of like something great. So that's just something I wanted to let you guys know as far as songs after you salute the flag. Let me know down in the comments what other duty stations have you guys been to that has a song after the flag. As far as I know right now, it's Raleigh and Bliss. Uh so I got flagged at Raleigh for the first time. Got flagged for a failed PT test. Uh got a company grade Article 15 and a field grade Article 15 at Raleigh. Uh got promoted to sergeant at Fort Riley. I talked about this in my book. The day I got promoted to sergeant, it was just a different type of day. It was so cold outside. That's another thing I uh remember about Raleigh too. Like it gets really cold. Like it gets super cold in the winter times and in the winter months. You can expect snow. You gonna see some. It's gonna snow and it's gonna be a lot of it. So you might want to invest in one of them little things that scrape all the snow off your car and stuff like that because you're gonna need it. You drive a sports car, good luck with that because man, when it's snowing outside and all this snow on the ground, you don't need no car that's like kind of low to the ground. Uh I deployed out of Fort Riley, my first deployment. We went to Bagram, Afghanistan. It was an exciting experience for me, you know. And I talked about all this in my book. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure I drop a link for you guys to my book because I talk about basically every duty station I've been to so far, and you guys can read up on that. So that's basically all things I want to touch on as far as Fort Riley. The barracks rooms are I love the barracks rooms. You get your basically your own room. It's the only thing you guys share is the common area, but the room is pretty decent, pretty big. Uh what else I remember about Fort Riley? You can it's a great place if you want to get in shape. I told you that in the last video, you guys. Like they have inside trails and outside trails. Man, walking trails, nice walking trails too. Hiking trails and stuff like that. You can run the tank trail when they come to hills. Yeah, they got everything. So the gyms are nice. You know what I mean? King's Gym. Yeah, man. So I suggest you guys go. If you guys get a chance, go to Fort Riley. Fort Riley is the top duty station to me so far. I've been to a lot of duty stations, but Fort Riley, I loved it there. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say about Fort Riley. Anybody that's been stationed at Fort Riley, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about it. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know. This has been another episode of Soulja Talk the Podcast, and I'll see you guys in formation.